Hi, welcome to the Holly Jolly Life. I'm here in my humble home kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to turn the Sunbutter Fudge that I made into Sunbutter Cups. Kind of like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, where if you're allergic to peanut butter, or somebody that you love is allergic to peanut butter but they're a really big fan of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, to where they can have them without the thing that they're allergic to. So let's get started. I've got my water in my pot in the bowl nestled inside, and we're going to just start heating this up. I'm using this kind of chocolate, just candy melts pretty much. When doing the double boiler method, you want the chocolate to melt, but you don't want it to get too hot. You could certainly heat your chocolate in the microwave if you have one. I do not have a microwave by choice, which I know is kind of weird. I am using the double boiler method. I like this method better than the microwave because you're less likely for your chocolate to burn this way since you're constantly with it. I actually just turned the heat off for about 5 minutes while I had to go do something else because I couldn't stand here with it because one of my daughters needed me, and it continued to melt but didn't burn. See how smooth it looks? And it will just continue to melt. I guess I don't really have to have a whisk. I just got one because I don't know why. This isn't actually doing anything for me. The Sunbutter Fudge dried a little strange. I've never made it quite like this before. I'm going to cut it in pieces. It's very hard. Whenever I do this again, I'm only going to boil it for, there we go. That's what we wanted. Boom. It's got these funky little swirls of sugar in there. Whenever I do this again, I'm only going to boil it for about 2.5 minutes because I think it's a little too hard. I think it'll work just fine in our Reese's though. Whatever we're calling them, Sunbutter Cups. My goodness, that's hard. Okay. Sunbutter brittle or something. Not exactly sure how big I need these pieces to be. These are my molds. So for this one, that would be just about right. Some chocolate on the bottom, this in the middle, that'd be perfect. And these would be like Reese's Big Cups. Like you're getting mostly Sunbutter Fudge. I don't know, that seems like a lot. How about like that? Yeah. This looks like rocks. Sunbutter Fudge rocks. I don't know, this one could be like a huge one. Dad might really like it ginormous like that. No, not that ginormous. Anyway, so I'm going to cut this Sunbutter Fudge down to size. And then I'll just stick it in there as we do our chocolate. And then these just get like little, these are just so cute. They just get like little Sunbutter crumbs. Okay, our chocolate is ready. Let's see if I can do this without making a complete mess. Probably not. I'm not guaranteeing that this will be mess free. And spraying this with oil. Here we go.
Do you want me to put this in the other sink?
Can you see these? It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Here is some chocolate going in, and I'm leaving this chocolate right on top of my double boiler so it stays nice and warm. This is the biggest one I'm gonna do. It's for my hubby. And this is almost heart-shaped. I don't know if you can, almost heart-shaped. I'm gonna stick that in there. Looks like it's gonna need a little something, something.
Just that little crumb. Break it a little bit. And that's about what the hearts get.
Yeah, looks good. And then we'll just put more chocolate right on top of that. And here comes the hubster seeing a surprise.
Are you gonna have enough chocolate?
Yeah, I've got half of the package left. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be made with love. I'm just tapping that out to get the air bubbles out. And so that the sun butter settles at the bottom. And I used some oil in this mold to keep it from sticking. So, and I won't use oil on the silicone molds, but you can see that oil is puddling on the top a little bit. It'll be fine. Whenever it dries, you can just soak it up with a paper towel and it'll be just fine. Okay, now these tiny little baby ones are so cute. I got some chocolate on it. I got these at H-E-B on clearance, and they just have cute little Valentine's thingies on them. You can't really make much Reese's with them, but it's just fun to play with them. Oops. This is the size that I made my husband the first time I made these. I better start putting some sun butter in there. Just poke it down in there. The sun butter might poke through, but you're still going to have the cutesy effect of it. I wouldn't do more than 3 of these at a time because of the chocolate hardening before you get to poke your thing down there. Oh, I'm off camera, I think. Smells really good. Like that. And there's still a pretty decent layer of chocolate on the bottom. And then I'm gonna do this big chunk right here. Stick that inside. Go. Just tap it out. Oh, you can still see the Reese's, or the Oops. There we go. Pop that little air bubble right there. Make sure it doesn't have any more air bubbles. I don't think air bubbles will hurt anything. It just looks like a smoother surface without the bubbles. There. I'm pretty sure whoever you make these for will really appreciate the fact that you took the time to make them something that they could have that maybe they're allergic to. And it's all just about making people feel special, isn't it? I went ahead and filled up this silicone mold halfway since I kind of got a gauge of how much I would need from over here. Let's see if we can get a bigger. No, don't think so. Don't think we should go big.
No,
What if I should I cut that in half?
A little, yeah, probably. Or just stick this little tiny piece in there.
I'm gonna see what'll happen if I cut this in half. My daughter wanted me to cut it in half. Thank you. I think that's a pretty good sized piece. Just bloop, right down in there. There we go. I just kind of
It's because it's such a thin
squished it.
peanut butter.
It's not that thin actually. It's pretty thick still. So still a pretty good piece. Oh, I'm off camera again. There we go. Then with these silicone molds, what you can do is you can pop them out and then you can place them in a paper cupcake liner to serve them, and people will think you're fancy. Okay, I'm gonna move these out of my way. Just gonna drop this a couple of times. To get the air bubble, see the air bubbles coming up? Just want to get those out. Sound effects help. Okay, and there you have it. And there's still tons of fudge left over, and I can just keep going with more and more and more of them. I went ahead and put the Sunbutter Cups in the refrigerator so that they could set completely. Look at that. And here's our one that we made littler. They just peel out of the container just like that. There you have it. That's how you make Sunbutter Cups. Chocolate covered Sunbutter Fudge.